Hey guys, give us a few minutes and we will get everything running. And I just have to let my friend here share her screen and we'll go from there. Um, we may put some background music on. Uh-uh. Everyone's talking about the Super Bowl, and of course, we are.
Plus a $45,000 market on the field former man who got emotional after the Patriots now victory. Before I'm ready to roll, but this ain't what I want to be. Over in Seattle, diehard Seahawks fan Chris Pratt also celebrated on the field. Tom Brady was there too, giving fans a close-up of a $650,000 watch. From the seemingly single Tom to loved up Jim Curtis, shedding new light on his relationship with Jennifer Aniston. We were just introduced by friends. That's what we chatted for a long time when we became close. On today, the 50-year-old life coach revealed the pair have been dating for almost a year. I'm not going to put you on the spot.
Entertainment tonight, as you can see. They're talking, but what happened to Munoz? All right, my friend is a little bit late, people. So we may have to start things without her. Let me see if I can get my screen on. Uh, it looks like my friend it looks like my friend is having some trouble with her internet, as unfortunately she usually is. Let's see if I can get set up and share my screen. I wasn't prepared, guys, because I thought Miss Munoz would be taking the reins tonight, but I guess she's indisposed as of now. Okay. Let's see what I can do here. Uh, quotes. Okay. All right. So let's see what I can do here. Let's see if I can share my screen. Share sound. Optimize for sharing. Oops. I picked the wrong screen to share. Let's do stop sharing. And let's share again. And let's pick this. All right, guys, so we'll just do something really quick and dirty. My friend got disconnected and I want to keep it rolling. The highs today was apple, manzana, uh, pecan. Now it's under 6 after my option has expired. And DraftKings has been dropping like a hot rock. And unfortunately, um, because it's been dropping, it's just kind of crazy looking. I'm hoping this is the turn of the tail, um, and that it will now start coming up. But I guess we can take a look at, oh, someone has just taken my screen. So I guess that means that person is ready to go. So I'll just let this person talk. Guys, I just want you to know that this person, I'm having some audio issues. You guys can probably hear her, but I can't.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear her.
Sorry about that. As I was saying, I was having some technical difficulties. And I hope everybody had a good day, even though there were a lot of areas that had snow, but I hope everybody got to clean it out. And I hope everybody had a good, successful training day at home. I'm going to give a quick recap of the winners and losers and how the market went today. So, for the most part, it was a very positive day, but you can see that for the Russell 2K, it wasn't. It was actually the opposite of the Dow, the Nasdaq, and the S&P 500, which is kind of interesting to me. But it was very bullish, 0.64, 0.43, and 0.50%. Based on these candles, you can see they were very bullish the first hour or so. And this one, even though it was bullish at the beginning, it just had a major turnaround. For the heat map, we can see that the major players, as always, bring the market up, especially Apple, which was close to 3%, and we'll probably see that as the winner. Google, Meta, JP Morgan, AVGO, Broadcom, Cisco, and utilities had a really green day. And then everything else kind of was a little bit of a mixed bag. Tesla had a very down day today. And then what I want to make sure everybody notes in their little notebook is that Microsoft, probably Apple, Google, Meta, I believe, and Tesla have earnings this week, and I believe Amazon has earnings next week. But I will confirm that in our little Tradestation thing. And you can see AMD reflected kind of NVIDIA, but AMD was more powerful. So if you were shorting NVIDIA, AMD versus NVIDIA, that was probably the better way to go. And then you can see Intel is still on a downward spiral. Okay, so let's take a look at the winners first. So you can see silver was the big top notch. Apple. Hold on, before we get that. So for earnings this week, we're gonna have Meta, as I said, Tesla, Softy, Apple, XOM, and CVX. Let's see. All right. So, all right. The winners, interesting. The winners, Apple at 3.32%, Azo, Meta, Peloton. This thing went up. It had done a little bit terrible. DraftKings, somebody should be happy about DraftKings, although I'm not surprised by this because, a lot of people were betting this weekend um, with the juegos, aka games. We got ASML, Google, which
It
also
took a
has
million years for it to come up, but hopefully it's gonna start its turn right now.
CRM, Softy, and oldie but a goodie, McDonald's. We also got Roku, Who Cares, Home Depot, EBC, and the Q. So let's take a look at the three or the four top four here. Okay. Um, you can see in the post market, it's already starting to make headways, and that's Mansana. It's on a rocket spiral. It's already hitting the high here, and the night is not even over. And you can see this was a beautiful long, just a beautiful long. And it looks like it's breaking out from this area of 240-ish or so, which I had indicated this was a really good price to buy. But you have to be careful because this could be kind of like a little trickish because it has earnings this week. So what they may try to do is like bring it up, get people all excited, and then bring it down. Or who knows, it may go up to the astrosphere, but you just have to be careful. But it is kind of a good buying zone, if you ask me. But you just have to kind of be careful this week because of that. So in 3 days, we shall see if the ceiling breaks it down. And if it doesn't, or if it breaks the ceiling. Okay, so then Azo, it's a oldie but a goodie again. I had told people this back in the day. I remember. I said, if you have this kind of money and you could get it around here, you're gonna be doing good because this thing is gonna go up to the sky again. And as predicted, this thing, but you have to have this kind of, this kind of money. But this thing is just like a rocket ship, and of course, it's doing well. Meta. Also doing kind of the same thing as Apple, where it kind of hit this area right here and it's starting to break off. It has 3 days going up. So if you have bought it at 600, you're already $73 up from 600 to 673. So again, because it has earnings, you have to kind of be a little bit careful because this is a ceiling right here, kind of like a little block. Let's see if it breaks that, and then if it continues to go up because of earnings, if they skyrocket it or they skyrocket it down, who breaks it down? So we'll see what happens. Time will tell. Piton, yeah, let's keep it moving down. I was worse before, obviously over here I was worse. But now it has starting to go back to normal, and I hope that it continues to go down. Meta, I think we went over that, right? And Piton. So here it is. Let's look at draft. Okay, so it is in a good area, a good buying zone that Miss Green had identified here. I think it should start going up. I agree because it tends to bounce from this area. And of course, I wanted to test people. And the Super Bowl is coming in 2 weeks, correct, madam? So I hope that it does start to bounce up from here, from this buy-in zone. I have a good feeling on it. I'm keeping my fingers crossed because I do want my friend to do good. But it is looking good. I do like that it's a green candle, and that it is that I want to see more movement, and hopefully it does do what it's supposed to do. So let's keep our fingers crossed for that. We already went over ASML. Google has earnings in 9 days, and it's up there in La La Land. So even if it didn't have earnings, you shouldn't buy it. You should short it, obviously. And if you are thinking of buying it, as Miss Green had identified, this 200 level is pretty good. The first touch would be here at 230, at 240 to see what happens. But if it breaks down, make sure you get it at 200. And obviously, the best price would be 150. And obviously, if it continues to break down, then you should get it at least, we're thinking 120, 125. But in the meantime, it's not a good buying zone. You can see it's really far away from any average, any area of line. And I think it's expensive.
Munoz, when does Google have earnings? Was it this week also?
I just told you 9 days from now, madam.
Okay, okay.
Yes, but that's a good question. So yes, this is
That's
something
one
that's
of the
why.
ones we probably want to watch because if other things go down, we have a good shot the following week that Google will be going down too.
Yeah, so that's why I had identified, and all this week and next week, guys, we're gonna give a preview of what's coming. And that's why I had told you to get your little notebooks, and I had said, hey, X, Y, and Z is having earnings this week. So let's just go over that in a recap again. So American Airlines, Bank of America, and tomorrow's my son's birthday. Softy, Starbucks, Tesla, ASML, Meta, Apple, Tractor Supply, and Visa, XOM, and next week is Disney. So all of these top tier here are you should be writing down in your notebook, and then put a little star for next week for Palantir, your Favorito AMD, which will be really good, and Google, Amazon, of course not Petom. DraftKings in 17 days. So put your little notebook on that. And that's it. Anything else is just trash. So don't even worry about it. Okay. So that's that. So let's
Can
continue
you
with
go back
our
up to the top really quick? I just want to see what it was on day one to see if tomorrow.
so you're
So
gonna have
Softy on day two and Tesla, they're all okay. So it's the 2 days from now. Okay.
an
Gracias.
apple, madam. Apple's in day three, okay? All right, so let's go back to our analysis here. And I think that's pretty good. So did we go over Meta? Let's go over Meta real quick. Um, it's at a good position. I think that we did go over Meta. Hold on a second. We already did Meta because I said it was going on a rampage and la 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 la. Okay, let's continue with our list. And I did say DraftKings, Google. Okay, let's look at Softy, and then I'm gonna switch to the losers. Sorry. Okay, so Softy's doing a similar thing as the others where it had, it's a line where it's a good buying zone. Miss Green had identified this based on historical evidence. And she has said, okay, this is a good buying zone for Dear Softy. You can see that she had marked it right. And based on that, you can see that it's starting to bounce at this 445 for 447 area. And that's what it's doing. But it is high and it could continue the next 3 days. But because in the third day it's going to have its earnings, what we want to see is it going to go to 600 or is it going to go down to 300? Hopefully, in my opinion, and I hope everybody does this, every stock does this, is that it goes down, except for DraftKings, of course. We want it to go to back to this 350 land. So then it gives everybody in the world an opportunity to get some stock in their portfolio because this is obviously a great stock to buy. And you don't want to buy it at 472. You want to get it around 400 or, our favorite 350. So hopefully it does what it's supposed to do, but the market makers do whatever they want. And I just like looking at this one. It's very choppy. This is one of those things that when you see it get here at 295 or at 284 or something like this, that's when you should just buy it for your portfolio and let it run. You don't even have to watch it. You just get one share, just one share of this. Um, Even better here at 250. Just get one share or two or whatever at 250 or here, and then just set it and forget it. All right, let's look at those losers. And I think this is what brought the Dow, what was it, the Russell 2K down. You can see that Intel here is still going on its spiral. So it hit that 55 and then it said, no, thank you. I had enough. I think it's time to get my money. I've been, double. So you would, if you had bought it here at $20 and you made double at 40, and then you got some more at 55, it's time to take your money and run. So I think that's what people had done. And now it's going back. So hopefully if it gets to 35 or even 37, that's your second opportunity to get a few shares. And then if it does break down, 30 would be key. Better yet 25, but this would be a key area around $29. Car Avis is trash. But anytime it gets up here into this 200, that's just your indication to short it. However, I would not recommend this at all, but we have it in the list. I'm gonna delete it, but you can see it's on hard buy. So we'll probably do a flat bottom breakdown. And I'm thinking that from 116 to this 100 or 80 is gonna get down there, especially now in the winter. Um, let's see, Target is starting to break down from this area here that it touched, now starting to go down. So let's see if it continues. I had mentioned Tesla had a bad day today. So it's reversing from this area right here. And we have a buying zone at 420. And then obviously we hope that it gets to that 375. However, we have to wait because it has earnings. AMD also very down day today. It's very high up here in the sky in the ceiling. Again, it's very expensive. You shouldn't get it. And it's also going to have earnings. So this is one to watch out for. I would say 180 is a great price. But even better down here, of course, we shall see if it gets there. That's it, what I have. I don't have anything more, but you can see it was a lot. It was very kind of a mixed bag. What made the market go up, I would say, was because of the heavy hitters. But it was kind of like we had a red day, and that's why you can see here. Um, it was kind of a mixy bag because the Russell Takei was like, no way, even though this was kind of up. And you can see even at the end of the day that it was just like going down, it gave a really negative vibe. However, this week should be taken kind of with caution because we're going to have the FOMC meeting on Wednesday with JP, Mr. Powell, and all eyes are going to be on him because with the rift that he has with Mr. DJT Trump, and so we'll be on the lookout for that. So you're going to see some volatility, maybe some movement, and that's when you really have to be careful with your managing yourself. So manage yourself accordingly, and you'll be fine. So I will talk to you guys another day and wish you a successful day tomorrow. Any questions? Comments?
You had the gift of gab today.
Yes, ma'am. All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right,
Peace
thank
out.
you.